It's that show that Breezy and Nick do. It's What's West with Uncle Breeze.
Very well indeed. It's been a good week. Finally managed to get some home recording set up going. Finally got my head around how to use iMovies and how to just generally use a Mac. So that's been pretty sweet, being able to actually make the stuff I want to make. So that's been fun. And also, it's been nice to see. I say nice. It's nice when you don't think about it too much, that lockdown's been relaxed a little bit. If you don't think about it much, it's great.
Yeah.
But if you start thinking about it, it just makes you sad. So, yeah. It's been one of them kind of weeks.
Yeah, it's hard to simply enjoy sort of a lot of things because you're kind of like, oh yeah, but it's quite bad at the moment.
Yeah. And just being like, oh, I don't like this. I don't like how this country's being run at the moment.
And it's like, oh good, yeah, we get to go out and do more things, but a lot of people seem to be saying maybe we shouldn't,
Considering that
basically
what's happening is like a full revolt of teaching staff to, no, this is a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So, especially when I'm talking to my mates from Wales and they're just like, what? We're in lockdown for another 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So, who knows?
See, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So we've taken some time on some bigger questions recently, but we've got a few to get through from our wonderful listeners. So can see if we can get through a few of these today.
Yeah, cool.
All right. So, dear Uncle Breeze, if you could be president / prime minister / equivalent of any country, which would you choose?
I mean, democratically elected, I'm going to assume.
Yeah, it doesn't say that. Yeah, I think we can go with that.
Probably. Probably Mexico.
Mexico.
It's got a beach. It's nice and hot. Could try and. Then again, no, because waging full-blown war with drug gangs, that wouldn't be pretty chilled.
Yeah, I think there are other places with beaches that don't quite have the same.
No, we'll allow that. We'll allow that one. Let me think. I'd want somewhere that's hot, where they have decent internet.
Yeah.
Where there's a nice democratic system. I wouldn't want to be a dictator or somewhere.
Yeah.
I've already been God. I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And somewhere where enough people worldwide kind of are aware of it that, you're not going to be bored. Because there'll always be people ringing you up.
Yeah.
Well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Doing all right. What about this?
Yeah.
I'll have a think. No, you know what? No, I'm gonna go left field. North Korea.
North Korea.
Just to set them all free.
I'm not sure what the internet situation is.
Well, we could get that. We could figure that out.
Yeah.
No, I mean, South Korea's only down the road. They're buzzing with all internet.
So the plan is go in and be be head of North Korea, and then just be like, right, we're stopping the North Korea sort of project. We're just gonna go be chill now.
Shut the labour camps. Shut them down. We're letting everyone out. We're gonna get broadband in here. And we're going to have a good time. Never mind kimchi. we're gonna live it up now. You know what I mean? We're gonna stop executing people. Don't worry, that's gone. South Korean people, you come as you can, go as you please. You know what I mean? China, come on, guys, you did it. You know what I mean? Like, you're not the Communist Party anymore. Come on.
Yeah.
You can still send us whatever you're sending us. It's fine. And then, because apparently North Korea exports some of their bronze workers. They've got some of the best bronze workers in the world.
Really?
And they have them making statues in places like Kazakhstan.
Right, I see.
So we bring them back. We'd make a big statue, not of me, of like someone else, something nice, happy. Maybe just a broadband cable. Just a big bronze statue of a broadband cable in an hand. It's like, come on, YouTube for all. And like that's how we'd start making our money off YouTube adverts. We'd be like, all right, everybody come in. You want to see what North Korea's like? Come on. And then people would be going, he's not Korean. But it won't matter.
At some point, the penny would drop.
It's like, wait a minute, he's not Korean. It's like, doesn't matter. It'd be ace. Because then everyone in America could chill out.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's not some mad rogue nation running about. Everyone in South Korea can chill out. Again, fine. And they got like the biggest land army in the world or something per capita. I think by percentage of population.
Right, yeah, that would make more sense.
So then you could get all them to work.
Yeah.
That's how we make our money. Right, where are the disasters at?
Yeah.
The West, give us some dough.
Yeah.
We'll go and sort it out.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you turn North Korea into a bit of a sort of an international rescue, gun for hire kind of thing.
You know what I mean? Oh, what's that? There's been an earthquake. We're already on our way.
Yeah, wow.
DPRK to the rescue.
Well,
You know what I mean? It'd be a S. Because then you could stick it to, all the folk that have been keeping folk down. You know what I mean? Come on. Never mind Israel. We'll look after your land for you, Palestinian people. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, this is interesting. So you basically, this sounds pretty much like it's going to result in war with Israel and then America pretty fast, right? I think going and defending Palestinian land with guns is pretty much putting you straight on the war with America list. So I think it might be a bit of a mixed bag for the people of the...
No, we still have our nuclear weapons. No, nobody fucks with Russia. They've just took a bit of a...
Yeah, but Russia and North Korea are not quite the same.
Took a chunk of a country. No one batted an eyelash.
Yeah, you want to start something with Russia? No way.
Look, that's what I don't understand. Donald Trump tweets something, and everyone in the world goes mad. Russia take over an actual bit of a country, and everyone goes, "Oh bloody hell, that's bad, isn't it?"
Yeah. Well, because we don't really have any kind of a platform, in which to tell Russia what to do on that level. But we can all, judge the leaders of our countries for their behaviour.
Just want to caveat all this by saying everything I'm about to say comes from the mouth of a moron. So I may have this completely wrong, but I just see it all. You see it everywhere. China locking up 1 million Uyghurs. Everyone just goes, "Oh."
Uyghurs?
I think they're called Uyghurs. It's like an ethnic group in China.
Right. Okay.
There's loads of them up in like re-education camps.
Right.
And all that happens is the UN rings their hand and goes, China.
Oh, guys.
Come on, China.
Yeah.
Play the game.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
you're not supposed to do this stuff where people can see it, because then we have to confront it, and we don't want to.
Yeah. Meanwhile, somebody coughs in Iraq and it's like, we're in. We're having it.
Yeah.
Come on. Just, it does me head in. That'd be the thing, is try and make some kind of unity between the countries that have been shat on. Just be like, listen, we're not having it anymore. North Korea is here. Better times are coming.
So the axis of, freedom?
Kind of the axis of freedom, yeah. But we'd also have the best parties.
Mm-hmm.
Because, we don't...
No one parties like the North Koreans.
Ain't no party like a North Korean party. You know what I mean? Because what'd be ace is because the people have been downtrodden for that long. They'd be ready for it.
You reckon?
They'd be up for it.
You reckon they've all got a party in them waiting to get out?
Yeah, like, bow, 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 bow. Loads of people like, yeah, like, it'd be sick.
But I don't know, how much like, music people exposed to, would it not be all,
That's another thing I'd do. I'm president. Walk over, listen, Wu-Tang Clan's first album. About all the speakers.
Wow.
That's what it'd be. Never mind re-education. You're listening to this, bang. Bam, bam.
That does sound like a re-education campaign.
Yeah.
It sounds like exactly the same thing.
Re-education in tunes.
Yeah.
Alright guys, everybody, the state is giving you a Spotify account. Not premium, we won't go mad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then that'd be it. We just take over culturally, you know what I mean, by just doing cool stuff. We'd invite all the world leaders for a summit and drop acid in the drinks.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
It's a very interventionist North Korea. It's going to be a bit of a shift.
It's hard for figure out which is the next country you're going to go to war with oil when you're giggling because of the pattern on wall. You know what I mean?
I just think I understand the instinct, but I think given the propensity for paranoia, megalomania, fear, and sort of violence on a national scale that you get from most of your world leaders, it might not be like all giggles.
It'd be funny though, wouldn't it?
It might, maybe.
Like, you can see the headlines now. You know what I mean? Donald Trump spotted in polka dot suit.
Oh man, there's a man who is not ready to face his own mind.
Yeah, he's not ready to face the
My
fight.
God, it would be kill or cure, but I think like how can you cure that when like 95% of the problem is just him?
I think
in
that
every
he'd be
way.
one of them people. Man jumps out of the window on acid, thought he could fly.
Mm.
That'd be Trump. That Donald, get up! What are you doing? You know what I
I
mean?
mean, he already thinks he's the he already thought he was the most important person in the world before they made him president. Like he's actually got the he does theoretically have some amount of the power to end the world if he wants. Like that mind has got to be I've seen megalomania on drugs and it's
I think Boris had hold his
disturbing.
own. I know what you mean, but I think Boris had hold his own. I think it'd be me and Boris sat in a room. Like, all right, Boris, you're English, yeah. Is Trump wasting you out a bit? What do you mean? He keeps chanting his own name and trying out the window. And I mean, mate, I'm pretty smashed, but come on, we need to do something. I think you're alright. Bloody smash. Absolutely happened. You know what I mean? And that'd be it, you know what I mean? You'd have Xi Jinping in corner, just freaking out, singing old party songs.
Yeah.
And then, in fairness, I wonder who'd chill together. I wonder who'd be alright. Oh, Nordic countries, they'd be fine. They'd be doing it. They'd be partying smart. They'd be drinking water.
They'd have brought their own stuff and
They're like, 20 years too late. You know what I mean? We do this at all the functions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you said Amsterdam, Holland's with them.
Mm-hmm.
Angela Merkel would be in the corner, wanting to join in the conversation, but she's just freaking out a bit too much. I mean, having some serious reconsiderations about being part of the Democratic Christian Party, or whatever they're called. So that'd be my first thing. That'd be day one.
Right.
Over. That's
Day
day
one.
That's day one done.
Yeah.
Wake up on day two, assess the damage. Be like, right, what happened in the night? Well, some of the Rocketeers got into the acid stash. Pyongyang's gone. But, at the same time, it was a good night, wasn't it? So I think that'd be the end of day two, assessing the damage. Then day three, we'd start with the real shit.
Right.
Be like, right, UN, come on. We'll do you a deal.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's unreleased Oasis material. I know there is. We will trade in 3 nuclear missiles for the unreleased Oasis backlog. You'd rather a hard bargain, but okay. You know what I mean? And then, so that's what we'd have as our bargaining chip. It's like, all right, yeah, the Middle East has oil, but we've got unreleased Oasis.
Yeah.
How much do you want? Do you know what I mean? And then every now and then on my Twitter, I just drop a track, like a little clip of one. It's like, shine. If you want to hear more, you've got to stop invading Middle Eastern countries.
Ah.
Who wouldn't comply?
Again, I think you might be slightly overestimating how much everyone else loves Liam Gallagher / Oasis.
Impossible.
I don't think we're ever going to agree on this, but I think some people don't feel quite as strongly.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, I think North Korea, just because them people need a break. They just need to catch a break.
Breezy style.
Every nation's caught a break at least once. The Greeks have caught their break. It's just a shame it was like 4,000 years ago when they invented civilization. Not really had a break since then. Invaded by Nazis. Then, going through crippling economic wars. It's just they've caught their break ages ago.
Yeah.
I think the North Koreans are still waiting to catch their breaks. That'd be it. That'd be their break.
Yeah.
Look, guys, it's all going to be sweet now. You know what I mean, come out, everything's fine. We're going to nationalise Spotify. It's going to be great.
I think a lot of things are already nationalised.
We're going to continue to nationalise Spotify, but you're going to be able, you don't need to worry about, I don't know, looking on the internet and getting arrested. It's fine.
I think it might be a bit of a shock to the system.
Yeah. But at the same time, like, we do it gradually. We'd start with maybe something a bit more softcore. Maybe we'd start with like Joss Stone albums. Start there, and move up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We wouldn't start them on Stilton cheese. No. We'd have cheddar first.
Yeah.
Bit of crumbly Lancashire.
Yeah.
Here's a cracker.
Yeah, having to explain that you make cheese mouldy on purpose. I don't want to have to do that.
You know what I mean? Don't worry. It's alright, grow your hair out long.
Mm.
I mean, it's fine. But that's because North Korea, I've always wanted to go. Just for see. Because I get that you shouldn't really contribute to the tourism of a horrible dictatorship. But at the same time, don't you want to see what the streets in Pyongyang look and smell like?
I would be interested, yes, certainly.
There's one thing I want to know about Kim Jong-un, is it now? You know that fake city they built? If everyone knows it's fake, it's not been that much of a success, has it? Is he sat there like twiddling his fingers, going like, they will never guess about our fake city? Do you know what I mean?
I think I might have missed the fake city story.
They've made a fake city that like apparently is used for like subterfuge in case the South Korean spy on them.
Right.
Something like that. And I just think, but the fact that I'm saying that, me, Jake Breeze of Tilsley, means it's not that secret, is it? It's not that good.
Yeah, you're not supposed to know about it.
I mean, then again, I'm sorry, I'm starting to think now on this being the leader of a country. I'm starting to change my mind because North Korea's big. And I'd probably just end up going to the president of South Korea and just going, you can just have it. It's too stressful. Just have it. Just have it. I'm gone. But what about the people? You deal with them. I'm going. I didn't even apply for this job. I just got given it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So maybe I'd be somewhere smaller. You know what? No, I'd be president of the Maldives.
Right.
There's fucking nothing going on there. Just chilling. All right, climate change is eventually going to drown you all. But before that, directly before that, everything's fine. So North Korea, and then followed by the Maldives.
So you do one and then the other.
Yeah, it'd be like Gary Neville going. No, sorry, Paul Scholes going into management.
Right.
Or is it Frank? You know, like when a footballer they play for a big team and they start managing like a League Two side. That's what I'd want to do.
Yeah, like after enough time acting, you're like, I should get to direct now.
Yeah. Then I got the Maldives and chill. Hello. No more offshore accounts here, buddy. Sorry, phone down.
You end in the offshore accounts.
Yeah, pass me another pineapple.
I think there might be people in the Maldives who would take unkindly to it. I don't really know the situation, but
it's all right.
Might have to defend your.
I've still got my North Korea contacts.
Right. You've got your international rescue force.
There's still people there who can disappear people. They don't forget that skill.
Oh, right. So it's going to be these terrible things that have been happening will not now be done to our own citizens, but we are going to do them to other nations.
Yeah, fuck it.
See, gulags and that for the
bankers.
Yeah.
There'll be about 5 of them. Maldives is tiny.
Yeah.
It'll be like a shed.
Yeah.
A little gulag shed.
Yeah.
What's that? That's where they keep the bankers. And again, but then we just redistribute the wealth. It'd be ace. Build a theme park. Buzzing. Tourism. Sorted. Build a big wall that keep the sea out.
Yeah.
And just chill. It's like, alright then lads, Maldives.
I think people might not like the Maldives as much if it's all walled off from the sea.
I mean, we'd figure it out.
Yeah.
Listen, I've got scientists to figure that out.
Like a ladder over the wall, or like a hatch maybe.
A hatch could work.
Yeah.
One of them ski lifts.
Come and sort of sunbathe near the wall as long as it's not the sun isn't blocked by the big wall.
I don't know. Like, look, I just run the show.
Yeah.
The details are figured out by the scientists and the boffins.
Yeah.
I just go, I want that doing.
Yeah.
It's like Steve Jobs. Everyone goes about Steve Jobs. Like, oh, what a visionary. What did he do? Just sat behind a desk shouting at people.
Yeah. Hey, I've got an idea. We should make a new product. Make it better than the last one.
Oh, you scientists, make me a better phone. Wow. International genius.
Yeah.
Who wore shit pants. Like, I don't get it. Do you know what I mean? I don't get the hype about a lot of people. Steve Jobs, like, oh, what are you a visionary? It's like that story about how he was complaining about the iPhone not being small enough. And they were like, we can't make it any smaller. And he dropped it in a fish tank and air bubbles come out. And he was like, what about them air bubbles? It's just like, air's in everything. You nutter. Imagine him working on that for a year and he just drops it in fish. What are you doing? Like, Steve, I can't work under these. Unionise. That's what you need to do. Like, yeah, it's same with. Because I think about this a lot. Like, what would I do if I were a billionaire? And I just don't think it's possible to even think about that, because what you actually have to do to become a billionaire is pretty grim. Fuck that.
Pretty much. What would you do?
If I was a billionaire? I was having this chat today. I'd probably try and put billions into lobbying the government to reform taxation of corporations so everyone paid the way. Because if I'm just suddenly a billionaire, I don't care about losing my billions.
Let's say you've got $1 billion.
That's what I'd do.
Spend it on lobbying.
Make an album in Abbey Road Studios, because everyone's allowed a treat. Buy some beers.
Yeah.
For the lads.
Yeah.
Buy a few beers and then be like, right, with the rest of it, there'd probably be like, whatever is minus like 40,000 of $1 billion. Go, right, I will give you however much money you want to tax companies the correct amount of money and make them do it. You know what I mean? Or to nationalise fucking Spotify or Amazon. Because when you've got billions, $1 billion of anything...
It's a lot. Take a long time to count.
Like, I can't think of $1 billion of anything. I can't even conceive of $1 billion of anything. Apart from maybe cells. But even then, like, $1 billion is just... Like we were on about last week, that number is another thing that scares me. Too big. We don't need numbers that big.
Too many zeros?
Too many zeros. We don't need anything that big.
But you get like, once you start getting into, you know, the numbers with the letters on, you can get to absolutely extraordinary.
Yeah.
Like, $1 billion's quite a small number, like, maths-wise.
But again, no tat. But like, that's what I'm saying. If $1 billion is a small number compared to planets and shit, you shouldn't have $1 billion of currency, should you? That's mental.
It's a very, very big number. It seems like probably an individual who shouldn't probably be able to have...
Yeah, I don't know.
Quite that much. That seems like something's wrong.
That's mental, isn't it? That's what I mean. Like, I'd be the worst billionaire ever.
Well, the thing is, it doesn't... If it was just like, you know, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, and like the, you know, people who like, you know, completely take control of a huge part of the economy, you can kind of understand that. If like every, you know, almost everyone in the world is using your product. But like, it's just like, oh, I move money around for other rich people, and I just kind of move it around until there's more of it.
Yeah, hedge funds, mental.
Extraordinary.
It's like Bill Gates. He made something. Don't get me wrong. He definitely was the kid who always had snot on his sleeve in primary school. Just looked like him, doesn't he? I always expect him to go before he starts talking. You know what I mean? Because he's just got candlesticks coming down. Whereas Jeff Bezos just looks like a testicle. An evil testicle.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, this is what I don't get about the billion thing. I can't imagine having that much and just going like, it's all mine.
No, yeah. So I understand that Bezos is getting into space travel, and apparently said something to the effect of, "Well, I just can't think of any other way that I could spend all this money that I have." Like, you could be the guy that fixed homelessness.
Yeah.
You could be the guy that finally figured out how to feed everyone in the world enough to not starve.
You could be the guy who built the wall on the Maldives. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, any one of these very important things. But just the idea of, it doesn't even occur, like, would you not want to have, you know, you could still have your name on everything. You want to, you know, you could save the healthcare or education system. You could, you know, transform certainly America or any other country.
Yeah.
But just like, no, I want my own rocket.
Yeah, it's like, it'll have my name on it. It's like, what are you doing? That's what gets me with Elon Musk. It's just like, oh, I'm going to make flamethrowers that you can buy. Why? I wouldn't trust most people I know with a fucking fork. With a fork and a fly zapper.
Yeah.
Like, idiot-proof thing. Have you ever read the instructions of something you've bought?
Yes.
They have to be absolutely idiot-proof. Do not, like for example with irons, do not eat while using. Because someone at some point has ate while using and rang up and going, why have you not told me that I'm supposed to eat when I use this?
Because they've gone and put the iron in their mouth by accident.
I mean, I've done that with a soldering iron at school, not been looking and grabbed onto it and burnt my hand. Like, but I just think to myself, how many hoops of that like that would you have to jump through selling mail order flamethrowers? Fuck off, Elon. Fuck off, lad. Do you know what I mean? Like, I see through you. I know that really when you're pausing before you speak because it looks like you're thinking about what you're going to say, you're not a human. You're a robot.
We get to it now.
You've already calculated it.
I think we should have more batteries and stuff.
Honestly, him and Mark Zuckerberg are definitely fucking robots. Just like, what you don't understand is that we are going to go with the machines. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, no. If that's what being a billionaire is, then no thank you. Fuck that. It's the same with world leaders, though, isn't it? I just can't imagine having a pint with Theresa May.
Oh, no.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I could have a pint with Farage, just because he'd be that guy who'd get really pissed and get... I can imagine Nigel Farage loves karaoke.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he'll be a nice guy.
He's a man who likes to be heard.
Yeah, I can imagine he loves it. A few drinks, come on Eileen.
Yeah, I bet it is. Come on, Eileen.
Come on Eileen.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I could have a pint with Corbyn.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing, like, I did feel bad for Barack Obama. Like, imagine having to chat regularly with David Cameron.
Yeah.
Being Barack Obama, he wasn't faultless, but he just seemed like a genuinely alright guy.
Yeah.
Talking to David Cameron.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be the highlight, is it? It's going to be very much a have to do.
Yeah, like, it's just... That's the only thing with world leaders. A lot of them just seem, stale. It's kind of like, oh...
Well, because you have to so much play the game, and you also have to be the kind of person who wants that job, and you'll obviously be so, like, handled by, like, the party and the media and all this stuff, like...
Well, that's what I mean, like, I just think... I don't understand why everyone's not gone mental with it yet. Like, if I was leader of North Korea, like I was on about before, or the Maldives, every time I walked into Parliament, I'd have Intergalactic by the Beastie Boys playing when I walked in. You know, with Dry Ice, Intergalactic, Yo, what up in the president, come on! You know what I mean? Blazers and shit. Why not? You're president, you do the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Like, save a bit of the budget and eat out little veg instead of fucking Waitrose, and you've got that, you've done it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're the man, you can make the law.
Yeah.
The law is, I'm having a tune when I walk in.
Yeah.
It'd be ace. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be fucking awesome. Imagine the amount of lead you must get if you're the leader of a country.
I think it's such a high-profile job. I don't think that's always necessarily a big win. Like, I think unless you're, like, quite philandery, you're probably pretty locked up, I think.
I think...
Do you reckon? I mean, I don't know what it's like in North Korea.
Best chat line ever. What do? I run North Korea.
Yeah.
What music are you into? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I run this shit.
Yeah.
What about you? It'd be easy to make mates. It's like, you know what I mean? You launching missiles into sea, pissed as fuck. Please do it again. Fire one. Do you know what I mean? Like, it'd be ace. Like, I bet you they have a right laugh. It's like when you hear about Vladimir Putin and some other bloke drinking really expensive wine in that wine cellar. I can't remember what the other bloke were. Was it? Might have been a Barack Obama.
Yeah, I'm guessing Putin can afford the good stuff.
Yeah, but apparently it was like the only bottle of wine like it in the world, and they just drank it. And it's like, Vladimir Putin, what you about to do?
Yeah.
Chilling. I want to be that kind of president, but without all the killing people.
I mean, they seem pretty correlated, at least.
You know what I mean? Like, turn up to the UN in shorts and t-shirt. I've always said I'm going to get married in shorts and t-shirt. And I always said that the woman I'm going to marry, I'll say to her when I figured out I'm going to marry her, you do realise I'm turning up this wedding in shorts and t-shirt. And the one I'm going to marry, when I'm walking down that aisle, will look and go, and laugh anyway and do it.
Yeah.
But I do realise that could go wrong.
Will you marry me? Caveat.
Yeah.
Has to be on the standing I'll wear shorts and t-shirt to the wedding.
Yeah. Well, no, I'd already ask her, and then I'd just drop it one day. That's the kind of leader I'd be.
Where you just don't say anything for a while and then just try and sort of drop it in
Just
later
like,
on.
by the way, lads, we're in a recession, but guess what? I've got the Beastie Boys playing. You know what I mean? Way! That'd be my thing. You know how Boris is like, because they're trying to like avoid talking. I'd just be like,
Way.
"Hey, what music are you into? Party at my place."
yeah, so the unemployment is higher than ever, and people are getting a lot of disease. We haven't sorted out the sanitation. Way! Intergalactic is on again, as it has been every day since I got into power 4 years ago. Planetary! Alright, I'm out.
Breeze out, y'all gotta deal with this. Woo!
The leader's comments earlier today indicated that he was planning to fight for his right to party and would not take any further questions.
Well, that's the thing, starting every press conference with the phrase, listen right. I'm working on it. I'm aware.
But you're not working on it, right? This is not... The policy is just... Wait.
No, I would be working on stuff. Well, I'm saying I'd work hard, I'd play hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd be...
How are you doing? How are you going to turn around North Korea in this new direction? How are you going to steer the ship?
First off... Oh, God. First off, we'd go, right... We, as I said before, we're shutting the labour camps. We're giving everyone internet. We're like, listen, what happened before were bad, but trust me, the West is not that bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to give each person a stipend to buy a guitar and just learn some Oasis covers, just for raise morale. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that'll get the bar scene
because
going.
they'll all the lyrics will really resonate with them.
Yeah. Shine! That'll resonate with anyone. That's why they were the biggest band ever, pretty much. But anyway,
yeah.
So we get that, and we go, right, okay, South Korea. Look, lads, we're sorry. We're family. But don't worry about holding my hand over the DMZ. Let's build a road. Let's build a proper M60 all the way from Pyongyang to Seoul. You show us how to do stuff. Let's have it. Show our citizens, because South Koreans party, mate. I've seen some documentaries. Yeah. South Koreans party. So it's like, right, listen, I know how to party. I'm from Manchester. I already know how to party. These guys, I can't do it on my own. We'd open the what's it called? The Department of Party. Yeah? Department. Yeah. And all it'd be, we'd have Bez running it up. Bez would be the spokesman.
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding. There'd be a big nationwide party to celebrate the Gulag's closing. We convert them into nightclubs, big open air events. We'd have bands coming in. That's how we'd start the revenue going. Because everyone's like, Oasis? Yeah. Or, let's go and watch Tame Impala. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
£2 a ticket. Whee!
Wow.
And then we'd start the industry. You know what I mean? We'd get going. We'd start making... We'd build ourselves on tourism at first.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, come and see everyone having it in North Korea. The country that never sleeps.
So you sort of turn it into a bit of a Ibiza, INAPA...
Yeah, but massive.
Yeah.
But with good music.
Yeah.
And then also we'd have, we'd legalise pretty much all drugs. Be like, look, you want to smoke weed? Cool. Do it over there. Sweet, come here. It'd be like the Amsterdam of Asia.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be ace. And then we'd be like, look though, no backpackers with guitars. This is just for the homies. Just for our Asian homies.
Right.
For now.
Okay.
We'll let the Westerners in a bit, but for now, this is just a place where we can chill.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, that's the point that I'd leave it and go to the Maldives. It'd be like, I've shown you the way.
Right.
I've opened the door. You must walk through it, my friends, because this is about the Asian homies. It's not about me. See you later. I'm out. Mic drop. Walking out of thingy, walking out of Parliament.
Power vacuum. Power vacuum in a country that has only ever known really one family rule and complete military authority, sitting on a big pile of nukes. Intergalactic planet.
Look, mate, I don't know, but North Korea, then the Maldives, that'd be me too.
I can see that because Maldives is then like sort of dessert, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go and just chill. Start building the wall.
Build that wall.
Yeah.
So then we can keep our tourism.
Put America to shame by actually getting the wall built.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Dear Uncle Breeze, suppose you run the country, but you had to employ Dominic Cummings. How would you apply him?
So, I happen to think Dominic Cummings might actually be one of the savviest political agents of our time. So therefore, I'd get him working specifically on the case of... How best to describe this? I have to employ him. And I kind of want to mess with him a little bit.
Yeah, of course.
But I do want to make use of him. So I'd have him writing the departmental blog.
Yeah.
Like, welcome to Dominic Cummings' blog. It'd have to be a vlog.
Right.
So his face would be there. He'd have to be talking. Hello, it's me, Dominic Cummings. Here's what Breezy's been doing this week. And I'd just get him, because then because I'd be partying all the time. And then Cummings would have to report on it. Because he's that boring, people would just switch off. So he could say whatever he wanted. I could do whatever I wanted because no one would pay attention to him.
Yeah.
This week, Breezy was involved in an orgy that accumulated in smoking several pounds of marijuana and drinking all the vodka stores that are below Buckingham Palace. Everyone's already switched off, so I'm acting with impunity.
Yeah.
And as well, it just pisses him off. Because, like, when you look into Dominic Cummings' eyes, he's like Smaug, innit? You know, from The Hobbit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, he fascinates me, Dominic Cummings, because there's a bit of me that thinks he's like a genius. But there's another bit of me that's just kind of like, he looks like a lad who'd put a plaster on. You know, he's like a fully grown man. He'd put a plaster when he's hurt himself on, like, his knuckle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you wrap your knuckle on a table and you take the skin off, just a little bit, you just let it be, don't you? He'd be the kind of like, me plaster.
Yeah.
Won't put a plaster on it. It might get infected.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That'd be Dominic Cummings. That's how I'd use him. Yeah, I'd like just enough that he'd still feel like he had purpose, but not enough that he got any satisfaction from it.
Right.
I'd put him through hell for 3 years. Dominic.
Just vlogs.
Right, Dominic, I'm going on the piss. I need you to stay late tonight. Why? That last vlog you did, not feeling it. Put a bit of feeling into it.
Yeah.
Tell me a story with your eyes.
Yeah.
Dominic.
Yeah. Make it an hour longer.
Yeah, make it an hour longer. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I'd use him.
Yeah. So I'm starting to see sort of like the dominoes fall across the world here. We've got North Korea, Maldives, and everywhere's just heading into a Happy Mondays, Beastie Boys dominated political culture.
It'd be ace. Think about it. Just imagine a Prime Minister that properly partied. Not like George Osborne partied where it's seedy.
Yeah.
Where, like, the Prime Minister was seen stumbling out of a club last night, like, fucking red! I run the country! Come on!
Something relatable.
Like, listen, you pay me. Your taxes pay me. What are you saying?
How would anyone not love that?
It'd be ace though, wouldn't it, for a bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think, I hope you would meet some resistance, if I'm honest.
Well, the right honourable gentleman stop playing the Beastie Boys whenever he walks in. What are you going to do to me? I run this shit.
Speak to Dominic.
Speak to Dominic, you know, put it on the blog. Go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? It'd be it. That'd be me, yeah.
There we go. That's that sorted. Alright, how about another question, Jacob Breeze?
Go on.
Alright. Dear Uncle Breeze, what's the worst reason for being religious? And what are the worst kinds of religious people? Like hippy-dippy, wafty spiritual, hard-ass Jehovah's, or fundamentalist Christians, etc. And why?
Probably Catholics for the worst reason for being religious. Because they just operate out of shame. I just think, like, Catholics, just go fuck yourselves. Like, your shame is your problem. You know what I mean? I love a bit of shame, but not that level. You know what I mean? So I think, and as well, like, they do, you know, Roman Catholics especially. You're just like, oh, God speaks in Latin, does he? Oh, well in. You know what I mean? Excuse me, while you levitate above us all.
Yeah.
Like, nah. Like, it just, that's the bit that does me in. Like, the reason for being religious is because the book tells me so.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Well, if I don't do this, I'll go to hell. Because I think that's what a lot of sort of Judeo-Christian stuff is about.
I think the hell part is one of the, well, it's obviously one of the worst sort of parts about it, 'cause it's by definition the worst thing, but that idea of you should fear hell.
Yeah.
You know, you've been created and your creator will send you to be infinitely punished forever if you don't do exactly what you're told. I mean, that's pretty dark.
Yeah, it's just like, mate, do good just because it's good to be a nice guy.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like, what are we on about?
You occasionally get this attitude which is very strange where people say, oh, well, obviously, you know, you need heaven and hell, otherwise, what, you know, why would you be good? I'm like, that's crazy. You're saying that you'd be going around doing all kinds of horrible things if you didn't think you were going to hell because of it. Like, that's dark. Like, just choosing to try and do the right thing every day, like, that's morality.
Yes.
If you think, if I thought, you know, if I believed in heaven and hell, it's like, well, that's just maths.
It's like you never lent a mate a fiver.
Mm.
You feel amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good for good sake.
Yeah, and like, you don't need a god for that.
Mm.
And as well, it's like the fact that there's like that trope of like Catholic, like lads and girls who go to Catholic schools are always like rampantly after sex constantly.
Well, of course, because if you deprive a kid of something, it has this crazy other value, and people are, as soon as they're able to do it and they're not under strict control, they're going to go wild on whatever you've not been letting them. Like, kid that's never had sugar, once they control their own sugar supply,
It's Haribo time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same with like, oh, bless me, Father, for I have sinned.
Mm.
Why does he need to get involved?
Mm.
If you can pray, it's supposed to be going to God directly.
Mm.
Why is he getting involved?
Well, it's all that's it, isn't it? It's all the bureaucracy and the power that's on top of it, and it's like you have to get things done through the church. That's the only way, and you can be forgiven for anything, but you have to come to us.
And plus, like Catholic priests, we know what they're like. I'm not having that every now and then. During a confession, a Catholic priest has not been burping the gherkin on the other side of the front window. You know what I mean? Like, fuck those guys.
Mm.
Just the whole papacy thing in general. It's like, well, it's always been like this. Oh, well.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
That's really where I have to absolutely get off the boat, because anything that requires this setup where they say, well, we know that it's come from God, it's the word of God, and therefore everything that we do comes from that, and our particular version of this bureaucracy and the people in charge, that's somehow ordained from heaven, and we know that, and you're not supposed to question that if you're good. Like, it's God doesn't want you to question things is very scary, and the idea of that kind of monopoly on the truth.
Yeah.
Like, that's where you start to get really away from kind of the divine and into the, you know, very, you know, the fact that the papacy functions as a business. You know, the Vatican, you know, has a lot of power and money, and you look at, you know, who's been pope in the past. Like, didn't some of them used to just do, like, impale people?
Absolutely mad lads.
Yeah,
mad lads.
because it's just a powerful position. It's the same idea of, like, oh, well, you know, obviously the king's supposed to be king. Like, well, all of these horrible, murderous, awful kings was like, well, God put them there.
That's
like,
what's mad about the monarchy.
whatever is the case, that's what God wants. Like, that's mental.
But that's what's mad about the monarchy, innit? It's just like, well, God save the Queen.
They're supposed to be in charge.
Yeah, it's like, oh, well, how are you here? By divine right.
Yeah, because one of my ancestors killed all the other people.
Yeah, it's like, well, you know, God wants that. That's what I think. Yeah, that's the worst reason for being religious. Is like tradition. Is what I was trying to get at. Like, if it's not working for you, get rid of it. We'd all still worship Zoroaster. You know what I mean? It's what I don't get. You know what I mean? Ahura Mazda and stuff. It's like, oh well, if we kill our third born son, the rains come. Is basically the equivalent. You know what I mean? And it's always been this way.
Yeah.
The same way people say, I vote Labour and my dad voted Labour and my dad. Well, because you like the policies, not just because you happen to be from the same seed.
Yeah.
And what was the other part of the question, sorry?
What's the worst reason for being religious, and what are the worst kinds of religious people? I think you've torched a few.
But I think the worst kinds, because I mean, Catholics, they're bad, but I don't think they're the worst. I just think they represent the worst reasons to be religious.
Yeah, I do want to stick up for all the nice Catholics out there.
Yeah,
but I think a lot of the... a lot of the premises that distinguish Catholicism are they're a lot more problematic. And I think that, it's because it is more dogmatic, it's more scriptural. A lot of the things like, I went to a C of E school and we have religion lessons, but, basically it's just about being a kid and we're all trying to be nice people or whatever it is.
Yeah, and every now and then singing All I Want to Do Is Praise Him. You know what I mean?
And I think, when you look at the things that the Catholic Church has done in terms of covering up things that priests have done and all of this, it's not the case, of course, that colours everybody, in that. But as an organisation, if you're not looking after kids, how can you claim to be working for God? It just seems, untenable. But
exactly.
People, I guess it's because, people get different things out of their faith. And I think there is, if you've grown up with something, that's the version of God And same thing if you've grown up, in a Hindu family, you'd have a certain take on it. And I understand people don't generally want to change it and trade in for another god that's got better stats or a better book. You kind of probably stick with the one you've got.
Yeah, you stick with the one you've got, yeah. But that brings me neatly onto the worst kind of religious people are on the other end of that spectrum. So at least Catholics go out and do something. They're in Mass. They do the Eucharist. You know what I mean? They smash it. You know what I mean? They go out and they do it. They give it a good old prayer. Same with Islam. 5 times a day. When you think about it, that's amazing.
That's a lot.
But that's an amazing commitment to make to something.
But again, if you actually believe in a God of that kind, again, you got the whole paradise and possibly hell as well. I'd be. It feels like you got to be praying 8 hours a day. I'd be like, you got it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
Eyes on the prize.
And I respect that, but it's the other end of the spectrum that I don't like. Because I'm going to talk about Hippy Dippy Folk. There were a big, mass event when coronavirus first started of we're all going to meditate to get rid of coronavirus. What the fuck are you talking about? There were people during the Vietnam War who said they were going to levitate the Pentagon for end the Vietnam War. That's that's the worst kind of religious people. Mad, hippy dippy people who say energy in universe too much. Just it's just the energy in this room. It's you just say you feel uncomfortable. Come on. You know what I mean? Or it's just the energy. I just go through life and I just follow the energy. AKA, I do fuck all.
Yeah.
This is what frustrates me. If they're all about peace and love, but yet, and we all share everything. No, you share my stuff. Always the people asking for backy. Always.
Yeah. Oh, actually, have you also got filters and
Have you got filters and backy? Can I sleep on your couch? What are you providing me with? Well, Vibes. It all comes round karma. Them are another people. Karma will get him. Well, so you're telling me, because that person has wronged you, at some point in the future when they have a minor setback, that's in some way some cosmic justice. That's mental.
Yeah.
That's mental. And as well, with the hippy dippy types, I think guys do it to get chicks and women do it just to get guys to leave them alone. You know what I mean?
Right.
Have you ever spoke to a bloke at dreadlocks at a rave?
Yes.
No. I've tried to, and I'm just I want to kill you. I don't know what it is, but what is it about blokes with dreadlocks and really poor musical skills? With the exceptions of maybe Bob Marley and Newton Faulkner. White guys with dreads is what I'm talking about here. You've seen them.
I've had quite a number of friends.
They've got no shoes on.
Yeah.
They're walking past the campfire. They've got a joint in the mouth. Not theirs. Someone's given it them and they've walked off. Because it's all good, man. They sit down. They start playing you a song. Never a cover. Something they've written. And it's fucking horrific. They sit there and they're just oh man, it's these systems that are keeping us apart. It's no, people are keeping apart from you because you've not washed. That's why we're keeping apart from you.
Yeah.
You mentalist.
Yeah.
Showers are okay. Showers are not the man making you be clean. That's just a thing that you're required to do.
Yeah.
It's what I don't get. It's like the exceptionalism, I think, is the worst reason to be religious. It's like, oh, we understand the world, man. Do you? You still got Morrison's for your shopping, you mad bastard.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Mental behaviour.
Yeah.
Like, these people who say they can see auras. I used to say that it was just for pick up women.
Right.
That's all it was for. I see your game.
Yeah.
I know what you're doing. You're not good at it.
Yeah.
Because neither was I. Everyone knows what you're doing. Stop it. Do you know what I mean? Just stop it. Like, I think a lot of the hippy dippy thing, if we just pushed it to the side, we'd be fine. Like, if you've ever watched if you ever want to laugh, watch Spirit Science. You've seen some Spirit Science, surely.
Tell me about it.
People who believe in spirit science, like they're talking about like the flower of life and stuff. It's kind of like what's he called? Lizard people guy.
David Icke.
It's like a David Icke lecture. The first half an hour, all right, this guy's giving me a compounded history of humanity and how we evolved. Interesting. Then he hits you with lizard people. That's like spirit science. There is a bit in spirit science, genuinely, where they say, way deep in the past, when humanity was young, doesn't say when, the Jews came from space. That's the thing they say, space Jews.
When humanity was young, Jews came from space.
Gets better. On a disc that looks like the Star of David. That's what they genuinely believe.
And where does the science come into it?
Don't know. Then they're just like, the Martians came, the Martians are there.
Oh, right.
They were a warlike people. And what it's supposed to be is like this levels of ascension of consciousness, but the Jews didn't manage it, so they have to start again. It's like, who's telling you this?
Right.
Mental. The Atlanteans, they make an appearance.
Wow.
They meditate their city into the sea.
Right.
And I just think to myself, like, this is something you see written in shit on someone's wall. Do you know what I mean? But people are just like, far out, man. Crystal people, they can get fucked. Oh, I broke my arm. Put a copper circlet on it.
Yeah.
You're mad.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I've got a moonstone and it helps with my anxiety. 2 words, placebo effect. Like, if it helps you out, you do you, boo. But, like, don't tell me that I need more zinc. God, you know what I mean? The guy's got clinical depression. You know what I mean? It's the same people who are like, oh, travel, make it work. Bitch, I'm on 18k a year. Do you know what I mean? Like, I have 300 quid at the end of the month.
Yeah.
And it's going to take... And I'm trying to make this shit work. I can't just trek off to Thailand with a backpack. I mean, I did, but I saved for ages.
Yeah.
Come on. And I think that's it. I think the worst kind of religious people who, like, are the people who make excuses for being complete wasters by saying that they're doing a John Lennon.
Yeah.
Like, because even John Lennon was a moron. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, stay in bed for peace, man. Or you know what you could do, John? I mean, you get out of bed, you use your fame, and you start lobbying your local government. How about that one, John? How about that one? How about, don't stay in bed, you can do that anyway, you're a Beatle. How about you actually go out and do something?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, say what you want about Little Mix. At least one of them were campaigning for Labour when it were going around. Idols, nowhere to be seen. That's what pisses me off.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't get in politics, man. Oh, the system's fixed. So I'm just going to sit here and get high and talk about energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the universe. What do you know about the universe? What do you actually know? You know what I mean? They're hardly physicists, these people. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you know, like, them people, a lot of these are going to be people, if you think about it and manifest it, it'll happen. Do you know how many motherfuckers are manifesting trying to win the lottery?
Yeah.
Like, what are you on about? I'm seriously doubting the guy who's manifesting wanting to get out of El Salvador is it's happening for.
Yeah.
You nutter.
Yeah, well, maybe his prayer's not getting through because someone's praying for the the result of the local sports team game.
But yeah, that's religion in general. I think it can be very useful, but I just think a lot of the time, the people practicing it, especially like New Age stuff, hippies. I think it's just hippies. Hippies just do my head in. I'm like, There's an insipidness
Mm.
that you just kind of like, come on now. Like, it's all good talking about peace and love when you're kipping on someone's couch.
Yeah.
Fine.
Can we match that as a religion, though? Hippie-nish?
I think hippiness is a religion. There's enough of them. You're not seeing that picture of loads of people tying all their dreadlocks together on a beach and floating about.
Don't think that makes it a religion.
There's enough people that do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that you know, being American isn't a religion. Or a vegetarian. It could just be a lot of people.
Well, yeah, but I mean, at a certain point, I just find it mad that they all listen to the same music. Psytrance. They've all got dreads.
I think that's a subset.
All got dreads.
Yeah.
They all believe in the universe.
I mean, I believe in the universe.
All don't want to drink, what's it called, chlorinated water, but yet accept drugs off strangers.
Mm-hmm.
And all of them believe that it's the man, it's the system keeping them down. And it's like, no, you're keeping you down.
I mean, in fairness, the system is keeping a lot of people down, one way or another.
Well, yeah, it is, but like these are mostly white middle class people. Come on now, system ain't keeping you down. You're keeping you down. Shave your head. Shave your head. Get a job in Morrison's.
Yeah.
Then we'll talk about.
That's the path.
Then we'll talk about being kept down. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
So basically, stay kept down, but start having a worse time.
Yeah. Get on the plane with us.
Yeah.
Get on board.
Yeah. But well, I mean, whereas your leader is just going to be going around partying, listening to Beastie Boys and getting write-ups of himself, but you should go and work in Morrison's.
Well, we won't need that going forward because that's another thing I'd ban. You know what I mean?
Morrison's.
Hippie subsects.
Right. Oh, right.
You know what I mean? We'd walk into like dark side raves and be like, right, stop that. We're not sending you all home. Yes, take it. I know you played it. You know what I mean? That'd be government regulated. We'd have that.
And
Vote
into
for me.
Psytrance.
Yeah, dark side. That's a religion.
Oh, yeah.
Mental.
I think it'd be very interesting pushing it underground. I think if Psytrance became illegal, it might be a very interesting scene, even more so.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. Nah, I think that I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a politician.
No, no, and I'm increasingly glad of that. Well, there we go. I mean, I was thinking maybe the people who set people on fire because of the religious stuff, but I think also the hippie universe.
If you're gonna go in,
go in. Yeah.
If you're willing to set someone on fire, play a ball.
We've got our ranking system sorted out. ISIS, keep doing the fabulous work. Hippies, Breeze is coming for your Psytrance and your way of life. You should be scared. Get a job in Morrison's now. Settle that.
Settled.
All right. That's Breeze. So there we go. I think we've got a little insight into life under President Breeze. We've hit in a few places. How are you feeling about that?
I'd like to announce my candidacy
for President of North Korea?
For the President of the DPRK. Yeah. I think if we can get this tape to Kim Jong-un,
I think I'll see the light.
Maybe he'll just bring me on as an advisor.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll ring me up and go, "Ishii," and that'll be it. Then we'll be off.
I think if he rings you up to ask you to be an advisor, then he probably is immediately, unfit to rule. I think ipso facto.
It's like that Spanish fella, isn't it, who went over there and now he's like an advisor.
Oh really? Oh wow!
Yeah, he's like a celebrity in North Korea.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's not just crazy basketball players. It's they'll
crazy basketball players.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman went over to North Korea, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Why, he lives there?
I believe so. No, no, but he's like, North Korea. I probably need more facts on this.
Oh, this Spanish fella lives there. He's like a proper North Korean fella now.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, it's obviously a pretty attractive lifestyle over there. I can see why he wants to go. Occasional meals.
Yeah.
The sky.
But I'm just thinking maybe this one time, what if the conspiracy theorists have got it right? And he gets there and it's like the land of milk and honey. Like, there is orgies every night.
It is. It's the non-North Korean media lying to us about what's going on. It's actually just the best.
It's just, like, people want to put on these massive shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And everyone's just there. Like the actual deal is that everyone in North Korea is just like, Psst, don't tell anyone. Keep a lid on it. If people know it's great, they're gonna come here.
Every now and then they send a defector across.
Yeah. Oh no, it's terrible over there. Wink, wink. Oh no.
Just like, listen, your name's been pulled, Gary. You're gonna have to take the bullet this year.
South Korea for you, mate. Sorry.
Sorry, mate. Oh, really? Yeah. Look, swallow this tapeworm. Give it a month and go.
Yeah.
Don't worry, your family will be took care of. But it's an honour, really.
Yeah. Obviously, they're going to be having an absolutely brilliant time. We'll have a big old party for you. Just pretend it sucks here.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
Maybe that's it. You know, maybe like they've been diagnosed with something and it's just like, take one for the team. That's like their version of that clinic in Norway or wherever it is.
What's that?
You know, the one where you're legally allowed to go to die if you've got.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's their version of it. It's just like, Gary's not going to make it, so he's going to defect.
I can't party anymore. I can't hack it. I don't have the stamina.
There's just too many orgies.
Too much of a good time.
There's
Yeah,
too
the
many
ladies are all
gigs.
too fine. I can't deal with it. I'm just going to have to bail and go to the rubbish rest of the world.
Well, that's one thing that has made me laugh, though, that I think, on a slightly more serious note, that I think that is the ultimate trump card for why having an ethno-state wouldn't work. Because like North Korea is basically an ethno-state. I can imagine there's very little immigration. And it's fucked. You know what I mean? Like, turns out that having all the people that look like you in the same place, maybe not the answer to the problem. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think just saying like, hey, let's just be like a family unit and that's just how we'll run the entire country and we'll all just try and base it on being the same. It's not a great look.
Not great.
Yeah.
So I'd say I'm open to the position. if any North Koreans are out there listening.
Maldives, you'll have to wait your turn.
Yeah, sorry guys. Like I will get round to you.
Yeah.
But there are bigger things for me to fix first. Because I've been God now.
Yeah.
And now I'm moving on to being president.
Yeah.
So it's a step down.
Bit sort of like a retirement.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, chilling.
I've done my main work.
Cool. Well, look out, North Korea. Salvation is coming.
So you can hear it over the hill just as the sun's rising. Beep, beep, beep. What's that noise? And then it's just as the sun comes up, there I am on the hill.
Intergalactic. A new day dawns on the People's Republic.
I come down with my sceptre ready to go. Well, I'd say that's probably about all the time we've got this week.
Yeah, and that certainly seems like a much more sane vision of the world than we're currently dealing with. So, all right, high fives all around.
High fives.
We'll see you next week, guys.
Yeah, once again, thank you to the Abbey.
So, love you.
Thank you to the NHS.
Yes, we love you.
And thank you to you all. Support your local businesses.
Yeah, stay safe, kids. All right, lots of love. Bye.